Hey everybody, and welcome back to Living Between Paychecks Kitchen. I'm Oz, Jack Later, still Lake Jackson, and this was coming from my little kitchen, and my dishwasher is going, so I'm sorry if that's too loud. But this one I saw online somewhere. It was just one of those reels that went past. Looked amazing. I want to try it. It looks really good. Before we get into it, be sure to like, share, subscribe to all the YouTube stuff. Ring the little notification bell in that corner to get a heads up when we do these as close to Fridays and Tuesdays as possible. This is going up on my birthday, so that's very cool to me. On Friday, January 5th, that's very cool. Also, there's a link down the doobly-doo for our merch. Let's shrink down here because I walked too close to the camera. We got aprons, spoons, spatulas, all kind of stuff. We're a small business. We very much appreciate it. Let's get into it. This is going to be good. Alright, so this is relatively simple. You only need a few things. Oops, sorry, left focus. But you're going to need some of these frozen tater tots. Don't have to be the seasoned ones. Whatever frozen tater tots you're going to have, we're going to use about 3/4 of that bag. So it's on you. Everything else is kind of what you're going to dress it with. So I'm going to use some sour cream, some bacon bits, which you can use fresh bacon, that's fine. Some green onions. I'm going to use 2 or 3 of those. I'm going to use some extra sharp cheddar. Now, that's just the cheese I like. You can use whatever cheese you like. It's on you. It's your cheese, your thing. So I'm going to use a little bit of salt. I hate using salt, but if you're using the seasoned stuff, you don't have to. Garlic powder, because it's me. Got to use garlic powder. And then some hot sauce. Use what you're going to use. These are kind of my go-to right now, so I'm really a big fan of those. But again, optional. Don't have to use them. I want to use my little jalapeno stuff. Also, you're going to need some spray-on oil and or some butter, especially if you got like a sticking tray, because you're going to need some of these muffin tins, right? I'm going to use one big one and one small one. Again, it's still going to use like 3/4 of our bag of tater tots and stuff. So once you get these, you need to go ahead and preheat your oven. Sorry, it's not like I froze. Just check this out. For 425, all right? It's just what's ever on the back of the bag, but I'm going to put 425. I kind of screwed this up and had to retake it, but get your spray stuff or your stick of butter and run it around these cups in here. It makes it so much easier to get this stuff out later. Just put that in there, give it a nice little spray, and then you want to put like 3 or 4 tater tots in each one. Don't worry if it stands a little bit. We're going to take and mash them once we're in there a little bit. Once you get all these loaded, like I said, I put 4 in each one of these. On my small pan, it kind of fills up. You're going to put them in the heat for 5 minutes. Now you get your greens. I'm only going to use like 3 of these, but I really like the green onions. Again, it's optional, up to you. We're going to wash that first. Get you a nice sharp knife. Shout out to Andy. First thing we do is cut off the little root pieces here. Don't need those. Let's throw those out. And then we get our knife and then just give this a nice rough chop. Man, it's like the gradient on these. Like I said, I paint a lot, but I love the color here as it comes down to one side to the other, from white to green. See how cool that is? But you don't want that in your food, so go ahead and mix that up a little bit. Get you a small bowl, a small plate. A ramekin is what I'm using here, and just set that off to the side. It'll help you prep it later. Mostly I mix it up like that, so like I don't have all white onions in one, whatever. So this has been in for 5 minutes. Get you a spoon and mash your tater tots down into the cups. See what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter if they fit or not. Just go ahead and let them warm up. Basically, that just kind of gives them a thaw, and you give them a nice squish. If you're going to use it, put a little garlic powder in each one, or a lot of garlic powder, just until your ancestors reach out and say that's enough. Whatever. It's up to you. So we get that, and we're going to put them... Oh, careful. It's still hot, and I'm an idiot. Go ahead and put these back in for another 10 minutes, okay? After 10 minutes, they're going to start getting really cooked through. This looks really good. So get your butter. Get you a nice butter knife. Whoa, and you're going to put about half a pat of each butter on each one of these. These is mostly just keep it from burning at the top, and it does give it that flavor. Now this is where I'm going to add a little bit of salt, but just a little bit. I'm not a giant fan of adding salt to most of my stuff. Most of our seasoning and spices kind of carry that over. But put a little salt in each one of those, and then your cheese. Now if you're using a white cheese or something with a lot of grease, you can leave the salt out because there's going to be a lot of salt in those cheeses. So put these in here. You don't have to fill them up. I just try to take it and cover it. And then same thing with your bacon bits. Again, optional. Go ahead. You can see some I got a little bit on, some I got a little bit in. So you want to go in for 3 to 5 minutes with the cheese and let everything melt. Okay, put that in there. Now 3 to 5 minutes. It looks great. Now just dress them with whatever. Sour cream. Act like it's just baked tater. Try not to get it on the tin. I'm an idiot. I apologize. I keep saying that. I'm not an idiot, but I'm not a professional, I guess is the best way to do it. So a little bit, a lot. Sour cream is up to you. Hot sauce. Your green onions, just throw those on there. A little bit of salt and pepper, even lemon pepper. I tried one like that. It's not too bad, but that's good. Now when you go to get them out, if you need to, if it's starting to cool and the cheese is starting to congeal on the side, I say congeal, just harden. Go ahead and take that knife around and just take a spoon and they will come right out, especially if you use that spray. See how that all moves together? If you pull them out when they're still very warm, like directly fresh, like the first 2 minutes, that might come apart a little bit. But that's it. This is super easy. This is a meal by itself. It works great as a side somewhere. This is a great party thing. Like if you need to take it somewhere, they'll hold together really well. Just put them in an airtight container, keep them up for a week. You can use it as meal prep. I don't know if this is healthy for meal prep. It's just a prepped meal. So that works. But this really worked out. Like I said, I wish I knew who had done it. I could throw them some credit just to say, hey, thank you for the idea. But these turned out very, very well. Again, I want to see other ways to do this, other stuff to dress them with. So if you do something different, let me know. And there you have it, folks. This has worked out way better than I expected. It's warm in here. I apologize for sweating on anything, but this turned out really well. If you do it differently, you want to see me do it differently, let me know. Put it down in the comments. I will revisit this. This is amazing. Also, you can let me know here in the comments. That's what they're there for. You can also find us on social media. We're on Facebook, Pinterest, Patreon. We're at all those that live in between Paychecks Kitchen. You can also find us on Instagram, live in between, had to shorten it down over there. And find me, Oswey Nerdy, on all of those, including Twitter and TikTok, where I'm usually just talking action figures, nerd stuff, or painting miniatures. So I'll see y'all next time. Happy birthday to me, and y'all be safe, all right?